it was really tough what happened in that game. It was probably one of the most disappointing things that I've ever been faced with. But because of the way that my teammates and I really studied trust and we really got together and talked about it, God allowed me and our team to really bounce back and get through that game. We had nothing to gain, nothing to lose, nothing to prove. I had nothing to gain, nothing to lose, nothing to prove in that challenge because I trusted in God. And I learned at that moment that it's not about the awards you win. It's not about the honors that you receive. It's not about standing up and holding the MVP trophy and holding the Rose Bowl trophy after the game and giving God the glory. It's not about what other people think about you. It's not about how good a quarterback you are, how bad a quarterback you are. It ultimately comes down to what God has planned for you in your life. And at that moment, it wasn't meant to be for me to play in that game. It was just taken away. And I think one of my favorite verses in the Bible from that moment on is in 1 Corinthians where it says, "My son, for when you are weak, then I am strong." And before that game, at night, laying in the bed with myself, watching TV, turn the TV off after you go through your game plan. Jordan's my roommate, and as we were reading our Bible, we came across the verse Isaiah chapter 26, verse 4. And it says, "Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord your God is the rock eternal." I was crunk when I went to bed. I was fired up. I was ready to go. When I read that verse, I said, that's right. I trust in God. He is the rock. I'm standing on the rock. You wake up in the morning, you're ready to go, and you get out there and you suffer one of the most disappointing things in my whole career. But because God is so real, because God is so true, after the game, I have no idea what I said. I got back to the locker room. I talked to my dad. I talked to my coaches. I talked to my teammates. It was pretty upsetting. And I got back on the bus, and I really learned a lesson in trust. Because at that moment, I prayed to myself and said, God, I understand what trust means. I understand what it means to be fully committed to you, to let you lead my life completely. And I hope that after the game that I handled it in a way that would be pleasing to you and that would actually show that I trust in you. And I still haven't seen what I said, but I know that people have told things to me and mentioned things to me, and my mom and dad have told me some things. But it's not about me. It's not about the things I do. It's not about, like I said earlier, the awards, the trophies, the glamour. It's about trusting in God. And every person in this audience can take something from that tonight. Because whatever you do in your business, in your jobs, in education, in teaching, you can trust in God. It doesn't take all the things in the world to say, God, thank you for this. You've blessed me so much. Sometimes it takes the most disappointing things in life to really bring you to your knees and understand that God is in control and things happen for a reason and God has a plan for you. And so tonight, I just want to challenge you guys to really give your life to Christ. A verse in the Bible, Colossians chapter 3, verse 23 says, "For whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as if working for the Lord." And whatever you do, whatever your job is, whatever your occupation is, whatever you do on a daily basis, do it for the Lord. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people say. Deep down in your heart, you know that's the most important thing. And FCA has taught me that. With that core group of guys, we learned the ultimate lesson in trust. God says, for when you are weak, then I am strong. Sometimes it takes you to be humbled. Sometimes it takes for you to fall down off the top and realize that God is ultimately in control. And sometimes things don't happen the way we wish they would. Sometimes things don't, go the way we want them to. But in the end, God is in control, and we serve an awesome God. And He is on the throne always. And we need to love Him and serve Him each and every day as best as we can. Thank you for letting me speak tonight. And FCA has been a huge part of my life. And so thank you.